Get in, nerds. We are playing Burden of Command. We are still working on getting off the beaches in Sicily, but we're well off the beaches at least. Um, I know that sounded like a contradiction in terms, but it's the thing I said, and I will never not have said it now. We got 3 more objectives to take, so let's get moving. How do I want to do this? I think I want to start with Lieutenant Wilson and just have him rally his squads. I think we're going to spend some time just kind of rallying and getting ourselves sort of ready to go. I could take this objective. That might be a mistake. To run straight in there when my morale is low. But I got a machine gun over here. Let's risk it. Let's risk it for the biscuit.
Boot polish is the only cure.
Alright, there's our objective. Clean.
Jesus, what an asshole.
That son of a bitch.
What? Why are you all yelling at each other? Why are you being weirdos?
Hernandez, pull it together.
Alright, Lieutenant Thompson will rally this unit and then make his way this way to rally this unit next turn. Again, this is risky of me running around here, but we'll see how it goes. As far as 3rd Squad, I'm going to take command of them and run them around here to see if I can't find this enemy artillery piece.
Down!
Christ. We're still hidden. Where are you, some bitches? Where are you? Okay, artillery must not be on the map, because... Or maybe they're way over here. Okay, so that was a little bit of a wild goose chase. Not a little bit of a wild goose chase. That was a wild goose chase. But, you know, it is what it is. So. Lieutenant Wilson. Can't do anything because I already activated Lieutenant Thompson. Alright, sorry about that. That is the end of Lieutenant Thompson's leader turn. And Wilson will be next. Just Wilson, please. Let's go ahead and rally these squads. And we'll do the same over here.
We don't give up till we win.
Lieutenant Wilson has mastered the art of talking while he talks. And we'll get this squad moving westward. I think we'll put them over here. No, you know what? We'll rush up to the objective. Uh-oh. We've been spotted. Here. Okay. Alright. This is the enemy squad that's been looking over us. Alright. Well, that is what it is. Let's see where can I position my machine gun to be able to shoot at them. Really only this house. It's not a great shot, neither. What about this orchard? It's much better, but it's going to take a lot of turns for an MG to get there. So it is what it is. Alright, that's Wilson's turn. We will do Stern next. Well, it's actually probably only 2 turns. These guys really can hoof it. So we'll get them going. These fellas, much the same. And mortars can't hardly get anywhere. I think the mortars will have to be out of action for the rest of the battle, unfortunately, because I got to get Lieutenant Stern here up into the action. The tragedy of the mortars. Their range is so good, but once they're out of range, particularly if they take some suppression. I wasn't thinking about how some suppression on these mortars would end up creating a medium-term problem for me. That I could have planned that better. So are all Lieutenant Dearborn's? All Lieutenant Dearborn's squads are in good condition, except for 3rd Squad. So we'll get them moving north towards these houses. This is a risk out here with no cover. Because this is in the prime shelling territory of that artillery piece I've been hearing a lot of discussion from. So we'll take this squad and make a slightly better covered approach. Kind of intermixing all my platoons here, but it just sort of is what it is. Alright, and Lieutenant Dearborn, come on up. I'm going to take command of this. No, I'm not, because I can't rally them if they've moved. So instead, Captain Murphy will go and rally them.
Let's go!
And get himself moving back this way. And Lieutenant Dearborn will just need to go as fast as he can to the west to keep up with the rest of his units. Alright, and Lieutenant Murphy, let's get you hoofing it westward into the action. Get you into this house here. Alright, very eventful turn 8, but we'll move directly forward to turn 9. So, let's start with Lieutenant Thompson. You need to rally this unit. First things first.
You have been trained.
They have been trained. Oh my gosh, he needs to rally them again. He can't rally them again. Alright, well, that's Lieutenant Thompson for this turn then. Let's get this squad moving. Gonna shoot at me? Looks like no. So we'll get them going west. And we'll head into this house, which has got good cover. Still can't see any enemy troops over here, but I know they're there. Let's get first squad.
Get down!
Oh, cripes. Oh, no. Oh, this is where all my dudes are. Oh, no. Whew. I'm a genius. Okay, a little bit wasteful overall, but now they're in cover.
Only so much shit a man can stand.
Ain't that the truth? Alright, I'm going to hold off on moving Captain Murphy for now. Can't rally them, but I'll... their morale's still good. Alright. So next, it's going to be, I think, Stern. I think I'm going to use Stern. Now, the big risk, putting this machine gun here, is this squad... Oh, no, they can't shoot them on the way there. Well, they can only shoot them on the way there 1 hex. So, here we go.
That's a bunch of crap.
You're a bunch of crap. Quit your whining. Oh, man, what a lot of suppression. Alright, this MG is going to have to go here.
Boy, this chicken shit.
Oh, you guys cannot shut up. I'm going to put Murphy in... Or, I'm going to put Stern in the forward machine gun. Because... he's going to have to bolster them to get them into... to get them ready to do the stuff they gotta do. So next...
Col duce fino alla morte.
Okay. We'll grab this objective and pray for rain. Let's Wilson's go first. And that is that. And no cover I can get into around here. So we'll just kind of shift over this way, and I think these orchards are providing actually a really good avenue for us to move up. No. Orders do not have the range. Just checking. Alright. Wilson's other squads. Actually, this gives me an idea. I think... coming... Spotted? By whom? Oh, interesting. So there's one line of visibility here. But if I get them out of that line of visibility, then they'll be in a much better position. Uh-oh.
Fermarti.
Oh, I got shot. Oh, that's not great. That's okay. We've located the enemy. Oh, all right. Heck are all these? Hold on. Is all of that visibility from this one squad? Looks like. Wild. Uncertain enemy. LOS only... Okay, so they could be... Well, they already shot this unit. It's probably an MG. So what we'll do... So we'll go as far as we can go here. Wilson... Can't get into his squad, so he'll get into his other squad. And they'll have this squad keep moving up. Just as fast as as far and fast as we ably can. Yeah, so they've been seen, which is what it is. But now, we can get back here. And then they can't shoot us through the orchard. They can't shoot us through the orchard.
Fuoco di soppressione.
They shot us through the orchard. 8mm machine gun. 8mm? That doesn't sound right. That's way too small. That's not the size a machine gun is. And now they're suppressed. That's okay. Where can I shoot at this MG from? I can shoot it from here. I can shoot it from here, but not well. And from here, but not well. So, we'll head up here. We've taken some fire, but that's okay. Lieutenant Wilson, we'll move into this squad so we can rally them next turn. This squad does not have the... I don't want to move that squad forward right now. I could run Captain Murphy up into that squad. It could be a giant mistake, but it could also be effective. I'm going to move him into this squad. I think that's what I'm going to do. Alright. And now, last but not least, it's time for Dearborn. Now, I'm going to make a gamble that the enemy have shot all their shots over here so far. I'm going to move this squad forward pretty aggressively. Now, can I get anywhere this MG can't see me? Yes, I can. I can get up here. So I've got two squads that can move in to flank them. And that's going to have to be enough. Alright, we'll get Dearborn's third squad here. Moving forward. Just as much as possible. We'll put Dearborn in there. And do I want to huff Dearborn? No, he's got one more go, and I think I'm going to use it to get this other squad to a position where I can take these enemy units under fire here. Because I got the 3 moves, I got them having already foolishly spent all their shooting. Oh, actually, can this MG shoot me this turn? No. So let's do some suppression to this unit. Oh, here's hoping this works. Oh, they won the initiative. Gosh darn it. And they're undaunted.
Don't give them an inch.
Alright, well, that could definitely have gone better. I need Captain Murphy in that unit next turn. Maybe not. We'll see. We'll see how things go. Alright. That has not been my best performance. But let's move forward to turn 10. I've got a lot of turns to do this, so first things first. How does an attack with Stern look? It looks real good.
Hit the dirt.
Beautiful.
Tell my wife I love her.
Shoot him again.
Keep firing. On your left. On your left.
Unfortunately, I can't get this squad forward with
On your left.
Thompson's squad right here. So, but I'll, you know, maybe I'll have a chance to do that a little bit later on. So let's
Don't give them an inch.
pass to,
Coraggio!
okay, alright.
Spara tutti!
They shot Wilson.
Molti nemici, molto
They shot
onore!
at Wilson. They didn't necessarily shoot Wilson himself. So what do I do now? I think I take Thompson and get first squad running up around here.
Move up.
No, I think I get Dearborn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can shoot this MG from this house. Let's see if I can surprise and throw some suppression on this MG.
Hit the dirt!
Gosh darn it. Oh, I really needed that not to happen this time. Alright, that's okay. We still got a good amount of morale, but not nearly enough to out-morale an MG. So, that's going to be that idea completely undone. Urgh. I really thought I had something here. Dearborn is currently leading. I've got a squad up here. Again, let me check the enemy visibility.
Watch your
I
fire.
can see all of this.
Get the BAR up here.
Let's see if I can make an assault happen over here. Oh, man. Chances are not looking great. I'm going to move Captain Murphy up to lead the action. I should have rallied this squad first, but I didn't.
You heard the
Hit the
captain.
dirt.
Get going.
BAR up here.
My god, they've got assault reach this turn. Can they from here? They can.
Stay on line.
Get him! Yes! Get him! Get him! Get him!
Shift fire.
Yes! Oh. Now. Head into the house. Oh. Ah, got their captain. Excellent. Oh. Interesting. So, we'll take the captain under fire. The acting captain. Alright, none of them have the ability to shoot at this stage, so I may see if I can just bring third squad in and finish the job. Dearborn's still got go, though, so let's have him hoof it forward. Okay, yep, we've been spotted, but ain't no enemy units around here. This, I don't want to just have him run straight forward into the action.
Keep moving.
So I'll leave that for a little bit later. This was not clean. I did not do this cleanly. But I think I can make this happen. It's going to be Sergeant Thompson's turn, so first. Lieutenant Thompson. So first, Lieutenant Thompson, rally this unit, please. No need. Mr. Preston, what are you talking about? Okay, so I can't rally this unit. So I'll activate this unit. I'm really hoping and praying there's not another enemy unit hidden in one of these houses or something. Take out that MG.
Not possible, sir.
No, they didn't do it. No, get him. Get him. Try again. Yes.
Follow me.
Yeah. Oh. Beautiful. And that's the enemy MG sorted. So from here, let's have Lieutenant Thompson go to his other unit and rally them. Oh, I goofed it up again. I goofed it up again. Okay, can Wilson's squad take the objective and... No, I'm going to do this the right way. We'll end the leader action. That's Thompson, and that's fine. Now, Lieutenant Wilson, rally your squad. Other squad, move forward and grab the objective. Okay, the mission has not ended yet. Kind of wish the mission had ended, but that's okay. Now we'll get Lieutenant, well, not during Lieutenant Wilson's turn, we won't. Okay, here we go. A lull in the fighting, for now. We got what battalion asked for, Captain, First Sergeant Grant says as the latest batch of runners tender their reports. At least so far. We could keep pushing, but the follow-up waves could just take over. Mop up the Italians, continue the scenario. Let the next wave mop up. Scenario ends with a mission major victory, loyalty +1. Let the next wave mop up. The Italians will surrender soon enough. Let the next wave handle that. Alright, the men, major victory, very light casualties. The mission, major victory, landing area secured. No one out of action, sir. Not bad. Not bad at all. I'm going to continue with the story until we hit the aid the men screen, and then we'll put a pin in it for now. So, continue with the story.
There again, we hit the beaches in dark. I mean, it was always, it seemed like at nighttime when you'd go in there, and you didn't confusion. You can't believe on an invasion how much confusion you could run into on account if everybody doesn't know where they're going to go, or somebody, maybe you run into a firefight or something like that, and some of those guys get pinned down, and you're supposed to be going over here to do this, and it's something else. So once you get in and get situated where you know where each outfit is or what you got, so you know when to advance forward, why this is all right. So
Black smoke from the smoldering town drifts over the ravaged Sicilian landscape. Mission major victory, 4 furthest objectives secured, 3 additional objectives also secured. Men major victory, casualties less than 10%. Doing pretty rock solid. First platoon marches forward. Private Roberts pauses to scoop up a little stone. If you need rocks, Private Morris says idly, I think I saw a few on the beach. Oh, I already got one of those, Roberts replies. Just wanted one from inland. Guess you got your pick of them, Private Patterson puts in. Everyone's too tired to laugh, but not to grin. Better look sharp, Captain, Grant says, then points at a pair of men in olive drab who push towards you. Looks like we've got company and no small fry either. Sure enough, as the figure draws closer, you recognize the now familiar face of Colonel Heinkes, which I, again, did not look up how to pronounce, because I'm a big dumb goof who is not great at video games, accompanied by his aide. Captain, well done, the colonel says as he draws near. The road is secure, and no one took a shot at me for the last little while. Reports also say the Italians had an anti-tank gun nearby. Is that true? 3 guns up, 1 gun captured, sir. Verbosity +1, prestige +3. Utterly outstanding, Captain, Hank just says. I want all the juicy details for the report and a paperweight for the general, because that is medal-worthy work if I've ever heard it. A thunder of guns erupts. The shells scream overhead, falling inland. A dozen more landing craft are heading for the beach with follow-on waves, artillery, trucks, and tanks. Hanke's aide taps his watch where the colonel can see. Right, Colonel Hanke says. Our anti-tank platoon is coming in. They'll be deploying on our flank against the inevitable Italian or even German counterattack, but that won't be a problem because the highway's clear. Hold here until relieved, understood? Yes, sir. The colonel gives you and Grant a nod, then strides back towards the beach. His aide following silently in his wake. First Sergeant Grant turns to you, eyes bright with the praise. Nice to be appreciated, Captain, he says. Guess we better see to the rest of it. It would be hard to argue with that. The shooting dies down. Now is the time to talk with Wilson about the lack of guards on those surrendering Italians. I know that look, Captain Wilson says. What is it, Cap? It's about the prisoners you sent back to the beach. It's about our policy on guarding prisoners. Wait for him to figure it out. I'm certainly not going to wait for him to figure out. It's about those prisoners you sent back to the beach. It's about our policy on guarding prisoners. It's not about the prisoners. It's about the policy. That'd be FM 1940, Wilson asks. Don't have a copy handy. Explaining that it was calculated risk he made, Wilson advances idealism, combat fatigue +10, realism +1. Note that I approve of his method with the prisoners. Wilson advances zeal, combat fatigue 20, realism 2. Not enough guards, that was sloppy. Wilson just gets 2 realism. Indicate that I'll cover for him on this. Wilson gets 2 realism. Ask if he didn't trust his men to return. Wilson gets 2 realism. Well, getting some frickin' free realism is nice. I'm gonna ask if he didn't trust his men to return. No, I'm gonna say not enough guards. If I say either of these, I'm not actually telling him the issue. Not enough guards. Sloppy. Shit. Sorry, Captain, Wilson says. I didn't see anything wrong with it. Still don't, but I'll do like you say and make sure the prisoners get enough guards. It was a little astonishing to hear him fold up like that, but if he doesn't want to argue, you can't really oblige him. It is what it is. I'm his CO, and he trusts me. +2 realism. With that settled, you turn your attention back to the Sicilian countryside. The anti-tank guns show up a while later, none the worse for wear. One by one, the crews dismount from their trucks and methodically set up their guns along the sides of the road. They aren't the only new arrivals either. A gaggle of figures come up the highway, not Americans, but Italians, fleeing from 1st Division's landings at Gela, and the rest of 3rd Division's advance at Licata. They throw their hands up the second they see your men. Those who still have their weapons throw them away as if they were on fire. Nice. What starts as a quick trickle quickly turns into a flood. Before long, you're sending them to the rear in droves. Lieutenant Thompson stares intently at the despondent procession of men in gray-green as they search for booby traps and wine before they're led towards the beaches. From time to time, he makes a quiet tally with a pencil and matching notebook. Good God, he blurts out in wonderment, eyes wide and bright. There's 214 prisoners in the past 15 minutes. The enemy keeps giving up like this, will be in Rome by Labor Day. Let me see. He's not far off, actually. Well, depending on when... Wait, no. American Labor Day is in, like, September or something. We got justice on our side. We can't lose. Encourage Thompson. Thompson advances idealism. We just gotta keep hitting him hard. Encourage him. Thompson acquires zeal, +10 to his combat fatigue, +1 to realism. Hitler still has tricks up his sleeve. Caution him. Thompson acquires cunning, 20 combat fatigue and 2 realism. We were lucky today, that's all. Discourage him. Thompson acquires cunning, combat fatigue +20 to realism, or we haven't faced real soldiers yet. Discourage him. Thompson acquires compassion, combat fatigue +20. I'm going to advance his idealism. I want to advance his idealism because grandstanding is a good ability. On the other hand, I wonder if I'm not giving him enough realism to continue to survive this. Zeal's only okay. 1 realism is kind of worth it. I want to advance idealism, though. With justice on our side, we can't lose. Yes, Captain, that's what I suppose, too. Thompson replies enthusiastically. All we gotta do is get Hitler and his gang to realize that, and this war will be over. The optimism is a bright ray of sunshine, but then a cloud passes over his features. Aw, shucks, he says as he peers over at the long line of prisoners again. I guess these Italians must be the brightest of the bunch, seeing as they recognized they were on the wrong side so quickly. Hopefully the Germans and the Japanese don't take too long to catch up so we can get all this over with. You can only hope. I'm just going to say Japanese. I'm not going to... You can read. You know what the word is. Are you sure it's such a good idea to encourage him like that, Captain? Grant asked Thompson as Thompson heads further down the line of prisoners. He keeps going like this, and he'll be in for one hell of a shock when things get tough. You disapprove, First Sergeant? Directness +1, trust -2. He's got to learn on his own, First Sergeant. Trust -2. Trust me, I know what I'm doing. Direct -1, trust +2. I think this is a good answer, but also he's an officer, so learning on... I don't want to talk about learning on his own to an NCO when we're referring to an officer, because officers learning on their own means getting men killed. You disapprove, First Sergeant? I do, Captain. Grant answers levelly. Keep egging him on, he's only going to end up like one of those guys from the last war, the ones who left thinking they'd be home by Christmas and came back all full of scars and nightmares. He shakes his head. God knows this war is bad enough without more of that. The minutes tick on. Your company digs into the Sicilian dirt as the sun rises and burns away the last vestiges of the morning mist. Other companies from your battalion push past, probing into the hills. The sound of furious fighting rises from the direction of the Cotta as the stream of surrendering Italians dries up. Aircraft buzz overhead too fast and high to be recognizable. The air shakes with the deep boom of big naval guns. Still, your men in the anti-tank guns face resolutely the other way, looking for any sign of the expected counterattack. Stern and his men are in place. The only question for them concerns ammo, especially for the mortars. I better go talk to him? Good enough. Realism +1. Better go talk to him. Ever since Stern hit those houses back in Morocco, something's been off about him. Maybe he's reconciled the slaughter that war often entails, and also maybe not. I don't remember that. I genuinely don't remember that. We got rounds enough if you got good targets for us, Stern says, after you open with the obvious question. Something other than a town. Any problem with the sea salt spoiling things? Not worried about civilian casualties? Think those Italians will come back? Think those Italians will come back? Not if they're smart, Stern replies. I mean, from the way I heard things, they're stripping off their uniforms and fleeing into the hills. Probably conscripts who never wanted to fight. Can't say I blame them either. They've been under Mussolini for too long. They know his promises are hollow. Make certain your men are ready. Advances idealism, combat fatigue 10, realism 1. Keep their blood up, he acquires zeal. You have a wide discretion of deployment. 10 combat fatigue, 1 realism acquires cunning. Get me around when you can, acquires professionalism. 20 combat fatigue, 2 realism, or get them organized. The only one I can advance is idealism here. Again, grabbing combat fatigue in blocks of 10 is preferable for the beginning as I advance my realism, because the more realism I've got, the less combat fatigue I get, and batching them on in blocks of 20 is not taking as much advantage of my realism as I can get. So we'll advance idealism. Make certain your men are ready. Yeah, Captain, I'll keep them focused, Stern says. We're not in Berlin yet, so you leave him to it. It never comes, it being the attack. After an hour of nervous waiting, the order comes down from on high. You advance. Alright, I'm just going to do a quick check the Age of Men screen, I want to see where we are with... Hey, mindset idealism. Nice. Wonderful. And he's got a little stress. So I want to take a quick look at where we are with combat fatigue. Captain Murphy's at 86. Jen Thompson's at 13. That's pretty okay. Jen Wilson is at 105. It is what it is. Dearborn's at 119. And Stern is at 51. It's not great. We got 4 casualties. Which isn't bad at all. And we got 8 replacements in the pot. So, this will be fine. We'll head back to the interest scenario menu. So, that is all we've got time for tonight, my nerds. I have had fun. I hope you all have had fun, and I will see you on the other side.